What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and honey, I am back in the building. This time, honey, I'm back with old nasty part 3, honey, of Miss Kenya Moore and Candy Burris on Candy's show Speak On It. So let's get right into it, guys.
That's what I'm taking. I'm taking the shade out of what you're saying, and I'm going to keep what I want to keep.
No, I get you. Well, why you didn't feel like she had a personal story?
Oh, I was just listening to Candy.
But no, your face said something else. It's like you said.
Okay, they are talking, you guys, about Drew Sidora.
I'm miles ahead of you with my discernment in your face, and your face said something else. So that's what I'm asking.
Listen,
Can you more speechless?
I'm
stuttering?
I'm not stuttering. I'm not stuttering. Anyway, next question. That's what I feel about that. So I'm just saying, it's those two people. With you and Drew this season, it's like, I don't know where it goes. Like, we saw it on tonight's episode.
Yes.
Get to tonight's episode. That little conversation y'all was having with the sink.
Yeah,
it was weird to be there. I was like in the Twilight Zone.
That shit was funny. I cannot wait to talk about that on my recap, honey.
But you're not letting me
something that we cannot even speak about.
Why
are you talking like this?
It was so weird. Like, why is she singing?
Okay, so I don't know how to address you.
The thing is, she kept saying the same thing over and over, and I was like, "Can we, listen? I'm willing to just move past that and start over. Are you?" And she was like, "Yes." And then she's like, "But what I really want to say is, do you understand what I was talking about?" Like, I was just like, it was hilarious to me. She's always talking about she's so great at communication. She's so great at this, and I'm like, we just said we would move on. And this is the other thing that really bothered me about what she was doing, and I felt like it was on purpose. She kept talking about my daughter in scenes and at the table, which they kept cutting out. She knew I couldn't talk about my daughter because of her. At the time, she wasn't supposed to even be on the trip with us.
Now, I will talk about that, you guys, in my recap of Real Housewives of Atlanta. That was one thing I did have an issue with Drew about. Because I'm like, I know you are not bringing up Kenya Moore and her daughter again. Y'all are past the trip. You should discuss Kenya Moore having these investigations and interrogations. You should talk to her about, how you didn't appreciate that and you don't think she's going about that in a cool way. But to keep bringing up her daughter and shit, that was a bit annoying for me. Okay?
So that's why whenever she would bring it up, I would be like, we can't talk about that. But then in the next scene, she would bring it back up. And then we sat at the table and she brought it back up like 3 times. I'm like, I see what you're doing.
Well, see, and
you're just doing that on purpose now because you're not dumb. And you keep bringing my daughter up and I keep telling you, I'm not allowed to talk about that. But you keep asking me about it. So that
gives me some insight because I'm going to be honest. As a viewer, when I saw the episode in South Carolina, I felt like she was actually on your side.
No, you didn't see the whole thing.
But that's what I'm saying. When she was asking,
started off about, yes, it was edited that way. You also didn't see her storm off and cry down the street and all kind of drunk. Okay, anyway, Candy can tell you that if we said this on the hayride, she was very in my face, and she was like, well, you told me not to tell people, and I was like, well, you think that's gonna make me trust you more if you bringing it up in this way? Like, that's gonna make me trust you? And then she showed my text messages, like, you're a narc. Why are you doing this?
Are you calling somebody a narcissist, bitch? You are a narcissist, okay? You and your damn husband.
What did I ever do to you? Like, what's wrong with you? And then she was like, oh, we're going to play who's the fakest, who's the realest. Kenya? Go, I'm like, oh, no, I'm not falling for that, honey. They cut that out. So they took out the who's the fakest and who's the
No, she said it.
She said it. But they didn't show her coming to me first. And like, what?
When did that happen, guys? Was that when they was out of town? I'm kind of confused on that. Y'all let me know if y'all remember that. I'm thinking they was in South Carolina at that table and...
I feel, Kenya,
She did. It was
yes,
nice.
they made it look that way, but it wasn't that way. It was very aggressive toward me, and that's why I was like, and that's why my interview bite didn't necessarily match the energy, because I was like, wait a minute, girl, why are you coming at me like this? Because she was, well, what about this? You said not to tell. I've asked you about your family. I've done this.
Well, it was a long conversation.
It was
that
so
you guys
long.
had.
Yes.
Very long.
And they cut it down to like 10 seconds.
Well, I think for me,
but
as
for
a
the
viewer,
viewers,
yes,
I understand.
and not being
that.
there, she was on your side. Now, understanding the concept of what you were saying about what you have personally, I also understood more of why you got so upset. Because at first I was just like, why is she getting so upset?
And she asked me about my daughter again at the table when I had just told her I cannot talk about it on camera. Legally, I could not talk about it.
Can we say something about the kid thing?
Yes, Candy, let's say something about the kid
Let's
thing.
talk about that since we want to go back to that. I was in
Are you sure you want to talk about that?
Yeah. Because what I want people to understand, because they was like, why are y'all upset about? Okay, what I wanted people to understand is, for a long time on this show, we were not allowed to bring our kids. Before you came on the show, other people, I'm not going to be named as,
Yeah, they didn't have their children on trips with them. Y'all remember that, right?
we had kids and another person had a small baby or whatever, and they were not allowed to bring their babies in the house on the trips or anything. Okay? So for me, when you would say things like, if y'all want to bring our kids out, my mind like, no, we can't.
You had a
We're not
different experience with the show.
Yes, for all this time, the first time I ever even saw them be okay with kids coming to the cast house on a trip was when we were in.
You said to the cast house.
I'm talking about in Greece. Is when you and Porsha brought your kids. That's the first time. Now I've been on the show for years before that, and I've had kids. You know, other people had kids, and we were not allowed to bring our kids on the trip. And that had nothing to do with us girls. That was from
our
the rules from our bosses.
It's
Okay,
in theory a liability.
so from my standpoint, we weren't supposed to. So that was the first thing.
So it made it look to you like they were breaking the rules for me.
Yes.
It felt
That's
like Kim
the first thing.
Zolciak is just what they felt.
You guys turned on me because you felt like that was somehow my fault that they were breaking the rules for me.
No. What made
I heard the conversation. I actually heard y'all arguing downstairs
Listen.
for about an hour.
No.
Led by Porsha.
No, listen, what I got pissed off
See, coming for Porsha again.
about that night was because when you and I had talked, you told me that you didn't have the good babysitter and all that, and I was like, okay.
And you actually took up for me on the bus, which was like...
Right, because I understood
understood
that you were saying, I'm not going to leave my child with no new babysitter.
Right.
So I was like, okay.
Right.
I'm okay with that. But when you use that as an excuse to end the night early because you and Marlo had just finished arguing,
And that's how Kenya is. I see her, using that baby as an excuse to get out of stuff. She does do that. And that's not something that just Kenya does. I've seen other people do that.
I added to our schedule. We had already been working 12 or 14 hours that day.
But y'all
were like, let's do the game or whatever. I was like, well, that's not a part of my itinerary. Y'all want to add work to our schedule?
Yeah. You know we always take late at night on those trips. And
that bitch know that. She didn't want to be bothered with y'all no more. This is what I'm saying. Tell the truth, shame the devil, okay?
That's the thing. And so for me, I felt like you was using that as an excuse to get out of work early, basically.
Yeah, I heard y'all down there arguing about, and it was Porsha mainly, it wasn't you. It was Porsha. And then she was bringing in where she thinks her mothering is better than our mothering. Then I heard her say, well, I didn't know if it was an option we didn't have to film, or, she kept talking about option. It was all her. And that was firing you up. I heard it. I heard it.
You said it was firing me up.
It was firing you up.
My whole thing is...
It was, Candy. It was. I heard it for myself.
I was pissed anyway. I'm the one who came to your door until you come.
I know you did, but when you went back down there, that whole conversation was being had, and it wasn't included on the show.
Well, no, that wasn't included on the show.
And I heard all of you guys down there.
Okay, but my point is, regardless of whatever the situation
I know that makes you. I heard you.
Yes, but regardless of whatever the situation is,
You felt like I wasn't working.
Right.
Yeah.
And the
And I
next
thought
night,
in the
the
same
next
way
night,
that other cast members, I'm not gonna name names, in the past have like decided they're gonna end the night early on trips.
Right.
And they pissed us off.
Right.
So I was just like, that's not cool.
Okay.
That was my
I mean, I think, and then what we say is the next night is Miss Chocolate worked later that night.
The dungeon is a no judgment zone.
Yeah, Miss Chocolate had them legs all spread out, honey. Okay.
Where do we begin?
So for me, I'm not gonna lie. You mentioned something earlier where it went to Marlo, and you said you felt the rejection that she felt. So that's why
I understood.
You understood it. Mm-hmm. When I watched this episode, I got a lot more insight from you speaking to your dad, but also in the counseling session.
I don't know what my next move is, but therapy will be a good start to just help me get somewhere.
I think you hit a lot more into why, because I'm not gonna lie, you're a beautiful woman. People always wonder, why the hell are you with your husband? Like,
I mean, he's an attractive
yeah,
guy.
but they still are like,
No, it's not just because he's attractive. What made me fall in love with him is that he was.
Bullshit. This woman was looking to have a baby. I think how Mark looked was important to have that baby, especially after the nasty shit that she said about Nene's kids. Her kids look like her. Kenya has a lot of self-hatred, and I know a lot of you all will, get mad at me saying that, but it's true. I did not like the comments she made about Nene's children and look at her kids, and then somebody will say some shit like, oh, well, Nene said that she, what did Nene say? She looked like a buffalo or something when she was pregnant. That's what Nene was alluding to. But for Kenya to go off on Nene's kids at that reunion, didn't like it because, bitch, you are somebody that I saw at a sperm bank. Did y'all remember? See, I got the receipts, okay? I'm not gonna play it right here. I'm gonna do another video on that. She has some self-hatred with her and features sitting up here at a sperm bank asking for somebody with green eyes, and she want their hair texture to be a certain way. You picked out Mark because you wanted your baby to look a certain way. I think she did not want to get with another dark-skinned person to make her child. Period. That is how I see that. That's what I see when I look at her. So that was disgusting to me. Yeah, she got with Mark. She wanted the baby. And the rest is history. I don't think they ever had a good relationship like that because it just wouldn't have translated the way that it has on that show. The fact that Kenya's father doesn't know the man, never really talked to him. He didn't really have a lot of opinions about Mark because he didn't even know him. I think Kenya didn't even know Mark's mother and family and stuff like that. The fact that Mark never babysits his own child. All of that is just... Child, I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say to that. All of that is a big ass red flag that your relationship is not gonna last, because that's unheard of, right? Like, none of that makes sense. And she knew that. I think she knew that going into this relationship with Mark.
Charming. He was smart. He was educated, well spoken. He was fine. He was successful. And he was just, he was really into our union, and we wanted the same things at the same time. Now, why wouldn't you fall for a man like that?
Absolutely.
And he was age appropriate. You know what I mean?
I agree with all of that.
Like I think the question you're saying is why stay?
Why stay? And that's based off of what they see. They're okay, Kenya, girl, you're this strong woman. You're beautiful. Why are you staying with somebody who is giving you all the signs like your dad said?
Y'all been together for 3 years, and half of the 3 years.
Kenya Moore, no matter how beautiful you all think she is, she has low self-esteem. She does, because she wouldn't constantly keep finding herself in these type of situations with men. Okay?
It's been separated.
So I think that's gave some insight into your relationship patterns. Do you feel like they learned a lot more? You're this strong woman. You're beautiful. Why are you staying with somebody who is giving you all the signs like your dad said?
Y'all been together for 3 years, and half of the 3 years been separated.
Bloop! You heard what the dad said. See, he noticed some shit ain't right.
So I think that's gave some insight into your relationship patterns. Do you feel like they learned a lot more in that?
I couldn't watch that scene. I was crying when I was watching it because I was like, you know how you do these scenes and then when you see it back and you see what you actually say, and I was really just flat out open book, and I was like, wow, you know, and I just tears. I couldn't watch it. I just couldn't watch it. But I'm still working on that part, and I definitely have my voice back. And
y'all should see how Candy is looking at Kenya like, girl, you full of shit. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all what I think. All right, I don't think that Kenya wants to be in a relationship. I don't know if she's gay. I don't know if I believe that. Because I feel like she, would have slopped somebody down at the whole Bachelorette event. So I don't know if I believe that. I keep hearing people say that about her, but I just don't. I think she, of course, would probably want, somebody to love and, somebody that loves her. But for some reason, I'm not getting that she's somebody that seeks a relationship. And a lot of her relationship issues comes from the rejection from her mother. And I'm so glad that they covered that, on last night's episode. Y'all get down in the comments. Let me know, what you think about that. And do you feel like Kenya's relationship with her mother, does that reflect the difficult relationships she seems to have with, all the men that she gets with? Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. But that's what I think it is, with her. She still has not gotten over that.
Definitely see that it's a pattern there with guys that I fall for, not the ones that fall for me, the ones that I fall for. Mm-hmm. And he definitely fits into that because, as much as I know my husband loves me, he does not want a divorce, and I don't care what people say.
We're back on this bullshit. Y'all see why I do not like her. She's not real. She's not real. He doesn't want a divorce. Why isn't he on the show with you? Well, he cannot be a part of the show. No, he can't. Kenya is a prominent figure on this show. Mark would need to be her husband. And the fact that, ma'am, you've been with him since season 10 and he has not acted as if he wanted to be a part of the show. He made some disparaging remarks about the show, remember? And it got a hold of Andy Cohen, and he told some of Andy Cohen's colleagues about what he thought about the show, how it brings down black women, and, that man does not want to be with you. I don't need to see any more from you and Mark. I saw what I needed to see season 12. He just does not fit your life. I think you are getting too old at this point, bitch. Like, you are in your 50s, literally. I'm not rounding it off. You literally are 50. I was rounding before, but and it ain't nothing wrong, with being 50. But at this point, Kenya, you're just too damn old for these lifetime movie character games that you like to play on this show. It's time to get real with yourself. It's time to realize that, you're going to be getting older. Your baby is going to get older. You don't have time to keep trying to figure out and work out something with somebody like Mark that just doesn't seem like he would be good for you. Okay? Maybe he was supposed to be Brooklyn's father and that's it. That's all he was supposed to be. But I just don't feel, you guys, she needs to keep saying, well, I know that he doesn't want to get a divorce, and I know. Didn't he file twice on you? How many more signs is it going to take for you to realize this man he doesn't want to be with you? Okay, I don't care what songs he's sending her, you guys. The behavior is what I'm looking at, and it has been horrible.
They don't live my life. They don't see the phone calls and the notes and the gifts and the flyers.
You need to be showing that shit on the show if you claim that's what's going on. And Don Juan, he's taking a drink because he don't believe that shit. Candy looking at her sideways. They don't believe this fake ass shit. The attorney that she was talking to, remember, he even laughed in her face because he like, girl, cut this shit out. Just tell us the truth, okay?
Flowers that come. I don't post all that stuff. I don't post text messages from my husband. Those are private. You know, it's a struggle because on the one hand,
it ain't no struggle. Love yourself. Get rid of him. Move the hell on. But y'all claim she's so smart, right? Ain't that y'all favorite go-to? Oh, she's so beautiful. Oh, she's so smart. Smart bitches don't move like this. Porsha is not in her 50s moving like this. You may not like Porsha, but she ain't about 50 years old with a fucking baby, you know, as young as Kenya is. That's gonna be a problem. Because once the baby is grown, shit, you gonna be on your way probably up out of this life. I mean, I'm not being funny, but I'm just saying, you waited way too long, in my opinion, to have this baby. You know, I just feel like you need to be around, you know, for your kid or whatever. So I don't know if Kenya got people in place that's gonna be able, I'm sure she got somebody, you know, that can help Brooklyn along for when she's not gonna be here. But you are like older. It's time to figure out what nursing home is your, you know, is your choice, you know, her and Cynthia, you know, it's time for y'all to make them type of choices. But girl, you need to cut this bullshit. Oh, he do love me. I don't care how it look. I care. And you the same motherfucking one that had something to say about Nene and Greg getting remarried. You know, oh, they broke up. Or she said some shit. I was watching an episode a couple of days ago, and she was, oh, well, you know, Nene got divorced. Yeah, but they got remarried, and you always see her with Greg. Same shit with OG on Basketball Wives. People love to say Kwame don't want to be with OG, but every time we see OG, who do we see? Kwame. We can't say that, Kenya, with you and Mark. It's time for you to let this shit go. And please stop talking about it in a, well, we may get back together. No ma'am, cut the shit out.
We both love each other and we want to make it work.
I wish y'all could see my motherfucking face. Okay, I'm sick of it. I'm ready. I wish I could take my motherfucking shoe and hit this bitch in the face with it. Maybe that would get some sense upside your head. You remember back in the day, Big Mama would just throw a shoe at your ass and get your ass together because she like, bitch, I'm sick of the shit you talking about. Okay, I need it in here. Okay, I needed to get it through your brain, honey. Okay, because you are not understanding what I'm trying to tell you. So I may have to turn into Big Mama. And this is, where is Aunt Lori? Does Kenya still have a relationship with Aunt Lori? Somebody that's in her life that really cares for her needs to tell her to let Mark go. One of you damn fans, write a damn letter to her ass. That way Twirl can receive it and move her ass on along. But bitch, come hell and high waters, don't you dare bring your ass on here season 14. Well, me and Mark, we're going to kind of work it. I don't want to hear that shit. I will throw a shoe at the fucking TV. That is my word. Okay, I'm sick of this shit. All right, I'm sick of the back and forth. The y'all was never together. I'm just over it. Okay, over it.
But it's not working, and it only is going to work if two people are in counseling separately.
She talks in circles. Then you just say to 1 minute, we still love each other. Girl, shut your ass up.
Apart and together. But if one person is not willing to do both, it's just not going to heal.
And this is not a Mark situation. Kenya has a lot of flaws I see in her personality in terms of relationships. She's very masculine. It does not matter how pretty you are. If you are acting overly manly in a relationship with a man, you can still have your identity, but you acting overly masculine, comparing yourself to him, and I make so much more money. See, these fans of her hers that don't have men, they don't know to tell her that is the inappropriate way to act. They don't know to look at it like that. I do, though. You cannot be talking like that to a man like Mark and thinking he's going to be into you. Mark just does not, he's not into her like that because Kenya is too much of a competitor. And she has not checked herself on that.
What's broken within us.
Okay. You're talking about counseling. I guess my question, I saw the one episode. So do you feel that your part in doing the counseling is healing this person who maybe has went down this pattern of like dealing with things that
because it's about recognizing the whys.
Yes.
It's about learning why you choose the way you choose.
Because some people are not, what they say, some people are just bad pickers.
No, I don't know if that's
some people are bad pickers.
I've had great guys in my dating history. I've had very long-term relationships.
Where are they? Okay, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. This is the law. That's how the law thinks. That's how my mind thinks. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove. We have not seen that, Kenya, on this on you being on Real Housewives of Atlanta. We ain't seen no long-term relationship. You got on here, with a fake-ass relationship with Walter. Nene called your ass out on that. You didn't like that. Phaedra pointed it out as well. You cannot move like that, you guys, and think that people are going to take you seriously. And this is why a lot of people don't like her, because they just feel like what they're looking at is fake. It's not for real. Okay, so that's her downfall, and she does it to herself.
It's 3 and 4 years that weren't in a marriage. I've had over 10 proposals.
I don't believe it. And it don't matter how many proposals you've had. Can you actually, get and keep a man, as far as, and really can't keep nobody that don't want to be kept. But if they really love you and see potential in you and you guys can grow and build together, a relationship can last. But she's delusional. Okay. She talks in circles. I think there's some bipolar there. Okay. Hey, I'm just calling what I see. Did I say she's delusional? Yeah, I think I mentioned that. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Delusions of grandeur. Okay, Lifetime movie character. When you watch, Lifetime, think of Kenya Moore. Okay, you're going to see some of Kenya Moore's behavior in them characters. I'm just saying. And y'all should just see how Candy is looking at her. Candy is cool with Kenya, but I don't think she believes everything that Kenya says. It's kind of like, girl, who are you fooling? Okay, you trying to convince us or yourself? Okay.
Yeah, my dad can tell you that. Yes, I get a ring.
You get a ring, but you can't keep one. Goddamn it! I would never get on here bragging about, I get proposed to, because don't nobody give a fuck about that. It's all about, who do you see? Do you see me with anybody? And that's it.
Okay, all right. I mean,
all right, let's get a ring.
Honey, y'all saw chocolate in action, but it's funny because it's not about sex. I
told y'all she's not sexual like that. You remember what Mark said about her? He said she's not even like sexual. And I told y'all she's not sexy like that. She's attractive. And her sexy time, Kenya's, was probably in the 90s. To me, she was like more sexier then. But now, she's attractive. She, has aged well. She has a decent body and stuff like that. But she's not sexy. See, you could be unattractive and be sexy to me. What do y'all think of that? But she not, I don't get that from her. I grew up with my grandmother, and I told y'all how that is. A lot of them have issues with sexuality and understanding it and not making fun of it, and not, you have to really embrace your sexuality. You have to be comfortable with it. And when you find, because I know, you guys, I got relatives, their mother was a prostitute, and they have issues with their sexuality. Some of them were like teenage teenage mothers. And I look at their language, right? They always try to, you know, call people whores and things like that. But how you gonna call somebody a hoe? You a hoe, you know, you a hoe. When your mother was a fucking whore, okay, out on the corner, okay? So I've seen this in my family. I know what I'm looking at, right? I don't think Kenya Moore is a whore. I think she got whorish tendencies, yeah, when she first got on here. But after that whole thing with Apollo, I ain't really seen too much out of Kenya. But I think Kenya is kind of uncomfortable. I don't think she's as confident as everybody makes her out to be. I don't get that from her. I think that she believes she's attractive, and she is. She is an attractive woman. But it's your personality is fucked up. I don't care what nobody say. Porsha will always have that edge over her. Porsha is likable and she has an attractive personality. We could see her be vulnerable and stand in her shit, you know, a little bit more than Kenya. She has that over her. A lot of Kenya fans, they're not going to like what I'm saying, but it is the truth. I keep hearing y'all, oh, Porsha's so much smarter. No, Kenya's so much smarter. It's a likability. Look at them Instagram followers. Who got more? Porsha, more likable, more relatable. Okay? Period. All right?
I don't get proposed to based on sex. It's really me not having sex with them and me making people.
Oh, you got a rule or something?
No, I'm like, what?
You got a rule?
Yeah.
What's the rule?
That shit don't work. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Okay, I'm not saying you should give it up on the first night, but waiting 3 months, waiting 4 months, yeah, you should make the man put in some work, but ain't none of that a guarantee that that man is gonna stay with you. Because look at her and her relationships. Where has that gotten her? Nowhere. The man either wants you or he doesn't, and that's just it. A lot of people don't get that. Like, I've had people where we didn't get together the first night, but maybe after a couple of months and we had sex and then maybe we had a long-term relationship. It's because we both liked each other. We see each other. But yeah, all of that waiting and shit, that's a lie. All right?
I mean, you're not going to get sex at least for 2 or 3 months. I mean, usually it was 3 months.
Well, what about
I've
when they
had
get
guys waiting longer than that, like a year, and I still got a proposal.
Okay,
Yes.
can I ask a question?
It was long distance.
Did you do anything else besides full intercourse?
I mean, you're going to kiss and
No.
be out.
I meant.
I mean, you asking too much.
See, she don't want to show y'all how loose she could get, honey, okay? Come on, Kenya, tell us how loose you could really get, honey, okay?
I ain't tell you all. You tried it. Let's try it. I was like, so y'all want to sit here and say, oh, she can't keep a mess. Some men ain't worth keeping. Did you ever think about that? Like,
some men are not worth keeping, like the motherfucker that you are with, okay? You need to get rid of him. All right? All right.
No, I agree on that.
silly.
No, and
they think that having a man is validating you as a woman.
I think that Kenya is saying one thing, you guys, and doing another. I think she feels like Mark validates her. I do. I have a pretty baby. That validates me, okay? She's saying a lot of things, right? But she does not live up to what she says. Because if you felt good about yourself and if you knew you deserved the best out of this life, you wouldn't sit up here and keep playing these cat and mouse games with a motherfucker like Mark. You just wouldn't do it.
And that's
totally
unfortunate for women out there because a man cannot validate you. You have to be able to validate yourself. And that's what this whole process is.
It's help you, correct?
Of going to counseling is making me understand it. But that was never my issue because I already know. I know how to get a ring. I know how to get proposed to.
You know how to get those things, but can you keep it, though? Okay? And when we say Kenya can't keep a man, it's not, oh, she needs to bow down to that man, but do you have a good personality? Okay, I think she has too many issues within her personality that probably contradict and overlap each other. Like, she has a lot of shitty ways, and you know, when you try to be like that within a relationship, it's gonna push a man away and scare him off. So are you able to be honest about that and really fine tune that and really fix that? Because if you're not, then you're gonna keep having this same problem.
Because I know, you know, I am the chocolate shit. Anyway.
And she keeps talking about how chocolate she is. Yeah, you're chocolate, Kenya, but do you really love yourself the way that you say you do? Because honestly, guys, if she did, she would move differently. I don't care what none of these YouTubers have to say. I take everything, you know, that some of these people on here, especially people I notice that are fans of her, I take what they say, you know, with a grain of salt. Like, my favorite YouTuber is Forrest Rocks. You know, Forrest Rocks, she's married and been with her man for years. So I look at people like that, not people that are not married and I'm not saying, you know, you're more of a woman if you're married, but I can't listen to just somebody that's a single mom. And you don't ever hear about them dating anybody or really having a relationship that's current. You know, I don't listen to them type of people, because what are we talking about? You know, we would be talking about the past, because that's not what's going on now. I'm one of them people. A lot of people that support her be like bitter single moms and, you know, still ain't out on the dating scene, so they can't really comment, right, and be honest about Kenya and her relationships, because hell, they got their own damn problems. Okay, so child, y'all should see Miss Robinson's face. I'm very exhausted.
But I mean, for me, I think I did watch it back and was like, okay, I understand it, because the one thing I don't think I think we do see it. We saw a lot of it last season or the seasons that you did have your husband on there. You're a different Kenya in relationships.
Yes, you are.
I'm not gonna lie. You are way more passive and very much more of the soft end. You're not as strong of a boisterous woman when you're in a relationship. Is that in every relationship?
I just don't. I'm a happy person.
Okay.
Naturally.
I don't think so. I think that right there is a lie. Her saying she's a happy person. I think Drew commented on Kenya last night on the show and said she don't feel like Kenya is a happy person, because she's not. To me, she puts on a front. You know, like, oh, I'm happy and I'm chocolate and I'm so this and I'm that. And I think all of that is, you know, kind of what we want, you know, to hear, but I don't think she really feel like that. Because if you did, the way that you move, it would be different. That's just my opinion, guys.
And not a whole lot of things bother me. So if it's like, well, you want to go to this restaurant, that's fine. If somebody's maybe upset about something, I just don't have relationships that you argue back and forth.
And my thing is this: if somebody is disrespecting you in your relationship, it's okay for you to be the Kenya Moore that you are on this show. Because my whole thing is, if you're gonna give it and be a nasty ass bitch to the women on this show or in life period, but when it comes to some man, you go bow down and tap dance for his ass, I'm not with that fake ass shit. One thing I like about Nene is, the same way Nene is with these girls, she can get like that with Greg, okay? She can put his ass, you know, get his ass together, basically. I respect that. I don't like this, oh, I'm going to treat these women like bitches and like they ain't nothing, and then with my man, I'm going to tiptoe and I'm going to play this game. And no. We done ran out of time, honey. Unfortunately for Miss Twirl, honey, Miss Robinson got other shit to do. Okay, I done had about enough of the lies. Okay, I done had about enough of it. Don't forget, guys, to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, Brand New, and I will check you guys out in the next video.